I'm here in the press box at Super Bowl 58. The confetti has fallen. The trophy has been awarded. Loud music is still playing, but apparently modern technology allows me to speak and you to be able to hear it, despite the fact that currently the Beastie Boys are telling us that you have to fight for your right to party. And it is a party indeed for the Kansas City Chiefs tonight, winning their third Super Bowl in 5 years. First team to go back-to-back since the Patriots of 2002 and 2003 accomplished that. Or was it 03 and 04? It was 03 and 04. I had to correct myself lest I wreck myself here in Vegas. So I want to start in crunch time. There's a lot of stuff that we can talk about that happened before the last few minutes of the game, but that really doesn't matter. The action for this one occurred in crunch time. And the one thing that I have a real issue with, I got a couple of things I have an issue with the 49ers. But when they faced third and manageable, 3rd and 4 or 5 at the 2-minute warning, where they could have continued to work the clock, they could have continued to move toward a potential touchdown or get a walk-off game winner because the Chiefs only had 2 timeouts because they had to waste one early in the half. To not put the ball in the hands of Christian McCaffrey in that moment, unforgivable. Somebody texted me, somebody who is very seasoned, somebody very accomplished in the NFL said, in moments like this, you think of players, not plays. You get the ball into the hands of people who are trying to make a legacy for themselves. That's what Christian McCaffrey is trying to do. This may be the only time he ever gets a chance to win a Super Bowl. You put it in his hands and you let him will his way to that yardage. You keep the clock ticking. You force the Chiefs to start figuring out when they're going to use timeouts. And ideally, you kick a game-winning walk-off field goal with no time left on the clock. Instead, they kick the field goal. They give the ball back to the Chiefs, and the Chiefs do what the Chiefs do with Patrick Mahomes. We were up here in the press box, and when I saw 153 with Chiefs down 3 and Patrick Mahomes getting the ball back, I'll take that any time. I'm just surprised he didn't score a touchdown, and I disagreed with the decision to kick the field goal with 6 seconds left. I thought they had a chance to throw it to the end zone one more time. You know what's going to happen in overtime? You're on the doorstep of the end zone. Take one more shot to Travis Kelce in the back corner. Think of players, not plays in moments like that. Give Kelce a chance to win the game. Instead, they kicked the field goal and went to overtime. Now, the issue that is going to spark a ton of debate, and it's something that no one really thought about, and I actually had received, before the playoffs even started, a full breakdown from someone I know. And again, I can't tell the names of all the people I know because then those people won't tell me things anymore. But I got a full breakdown of the thought process for postseason overtime. It changes everything when you're guaranteed a possession. Knowing that the 49ers were guaranteed a possession, even if the Chiefs scored a touchdown, you kick the ball if you win the toss to start overtime. Because if you take the ball, you're playing 3-down football. The Chiefs, after the 49ers scored a touchdown, were playing 4-down football. Now, once they got in field goal range, that changed to a certain extent. But it allowed the Chiefs, for example, that 4th and short. It was a no-brainer. You're going to go for it. You're not going to think twice about it. Any 4th down you get along the way, you're going to go for it. So this will be a case study for future reference for playoff games to come with the rule that guarantees a possession no matter what the team does, who gets the ball first. 49ers go with the field goal. Chiefs obviously drive down the field and score the touchdown. And in hindsight, it felt inevitable. Now, here in the stadium, you never know what's going to happen. There could be a fumble. Something could occur. There could be a tip pass. Anything could go wrong to the Chiefs. But it's Patrick Mahomes. And it's Travis Kelce. He got the ball to him a couple of times. There was a moment where it felt like Kelce was going to bull his way through the China shops to the end zone and just win the game there. It was not long after that Mecole Hardman, the one member of the New York Jets to have a happy ending to the season because he got traded back to the Chiefs after he signed with the Jets as a free agent. Mecole Hardman got it done, caught the 3-yard touchdown pass, and the Chiefs win another one. Questions moving forward for the Chiefs. Can they win a 3rd in a row? They're the latest team to get a chance to do it since the last time it happened nearly 20 years ago. Can they pull it off? How different will they be next year? Chris Jones likely won't be back. He wants to get paid. Somebody else will presumably pay him enough to get him away from the Chiefs. We used to see that dynamic all the time. Other teams would overpay free agents of championship teams just to break them up. So somebody, I think, will pay Chris Jones to get him out of Kansas City. Now, what will Andy Reid do? We reported before the game that Eric Bieniemy could indeed return to the Chiefs next year, possibly as assistant head coach. If Andy Reid chooses to retire, Eric Bieniemy, I believe, will be the favorite in the locker room to take over. Whether or not he actually takes over, that remains to be seen. But the enemy will loom over this if Andy Reid retires. And remember, last week, Clark Hunt, the owner of the Chiefs, said, I talk to Andy Reid after every season. We'll talk after this season, which means they haven't, which means he doesn't know what Reid's going to do. And as we've reported, and I stand by this 1,000,000% if that's mathematically impossible, and we know it's not. Nevertheless, the Chiefs have it on their radar screen that Reid could call it quits. Let's see what he does. Will he be lured back by the chance to get a third one? I don't know. But we know how hard it is. Look what the Chiefs had to go through. And it wasn't until they got embarrassed at home by the Raiders, the team that plays in this very stadium on Christmas Day, that's when the Chiefs woke up. They beat the Bengals 6 days later. The Week 18 game didn't matter against the Chargers, and then off they went in the playoffs, winning at home against the Dolphins in ice station zebra conditions, going to Buffalo as underdogs and winning in the division round, going to Baltimore and winning as underdogs in the AFC Championship, and then coming here to Las Vegas as underdogs. Even though it was down to 1.5 points, they were still underdogs, and they pulled it off. Never doubt Patrick Mahomes under any circumstances. Last word on this as it relates to the 49ers. Kyle Shanahan is going to continue to be dogged by this reputation of he can't close it out. When he was the offensive coordinator of the Falcons, Super Bowl 51, 28-3 lead, squandered, bad play calling down the stretch where they were trying to hold the lead. That's on him. It's on the head coach too, Dan Quinn. It's on Matt Ryan, the quarterback, for not changing the play. But the guy who called the play is Kyle Shanahan. The plays that allowed the Patriots to get the ball back and force overtime. And then 4 years ago, that 10-point lead went bye-bye with 7 minutes left. That's on Shanahan. And again, a 10-point lead that went away. And the decision that will be scrutinized and questioned. And look, he's already explained it. I don't know what he said yet. He'll have an excuse. He'll have an explanation. But the decision that will be looked at most carefully moving forward, should he have chosen to kick, not receive, the overtime kickoff after winning the coin toss following the 19-19 tie. So the final score, 25 Chiefs, 22 49ers. Chris Sims nailed it with a 3-point Chiefs win. I thought they'd win by 10 regardless. The Chiefs win. They cover the spread. The season is in the books, and we will see you opening night, the Thursday after Labor Day in Kansas City, where potential opponents include the Ravens and the Bengals. And I hope it's going to be one of those two teams when it's time to get the season started. But whoever it is, it'll be a great start to the season because the Chiefs, yet again, hanging a banner, celebrating as champions. Maybe with Andy Reid as head coach, maybe not. Maybe with Chris Jones on the team, probably not. And maybe with some other new faces present in Kansas City as they try to go for the first time ever, 3 Super Bowl championships in a row. Thanks again for following us all week long as we covered the Super Bowl from every possible angle and had plenty of great guests. And thanks to everybody involved behind the scenes who made it work. We're going to keep going, posting content into the night and tomorrow and beyond. There is no off season at PFT. Thanks for joining us for some of the ride, and we hope you'll stick around for as long as the horse keeps going. See you soon.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.